Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Hope you're well wherever you are. I mentioned in my previous video that my videos might have a change to it, and one of my sisters for my birthday on August the 29th bought me a light with a tripod stand and that sort of thing, but I'm a bit dumb, so I don't know how to connect it. So excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Just noticed my nose was running. Sorry about that. But yeah, one of my sisters kindly bought me something to try and improve my channel. So it's a light, but I'm a bit dumb, so I don't know how to connect it. So I'm going to have someone show me how to connect it. They did say they were going to show me how to connect it, but at that time I wasn't in the mood for such. Anywho, sorry about that. Rather embarrassing moment. But yeah, so. Hopefully I'll improve my channel. I was thinking, like, out of all my birthday presents, my three favorite presents were one, like a trip of my choosing to a hotel where I can stay by myself and do my writing and focus without any distractions, hopefully. So I've got to choose a hotel or a place to stay where my sister said, do you want a place where, that was one of my other sisters, she said, do you want a place where they have, where they don't have, where they have a pool and all that. So I was saying, I'm not really fussed about having a pool as long as I get to write. In fact, it would just be a distraction. So I'm thinking somewhere like trying to find somewhere cheap, and I'm not sure what date I want to take up that offer. But yeah, that's probably my favourite present so far. And my second is my first ever Celtic FC shirt, or top t-shirt. T-shirt rather, sorry, and this is probably my third favorite right now, but if I get to use this light and it makes my channel better and helps me to get more views, then I suppose it'll probably become my favorite present of my life so far. Anyway, I thought I'd include that in the intro. But yeah, so with that being said, as I say, if I get more views, if any of those things help me to get more views, that will become my favorite present so far. Even though I said I didn't actually want any presents, like material presents, I only wanted like gifts to charity or donations to charity in my name and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so those were pretty creative and cool for my sister to come up with. Yeah, well done to two of my sisters who managed to come up with those ideas. But yeah, I mean, I know they say you should appreciate every present, which I do, but those are my three favourites so far. If I could get wealthy investors to donate into Italian football teams and to call Celtic, they would be my favourite presents, even topping those, I suppose. But anyway, with that being said, in August, I didn't really do videos like this where I planned what I wanted to do. I decided not to, and I'm not sure if I probably should at least put that on paper, but for some reason, like the month just seemed to go. And then towards the end of the month, I thought, I really wish I had achieved a lot more, but I didn't quite manage to do. Anywho, here is a list of some of my plans. So I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you'll share the video and like the video, and it's not too cringeworthy, in spite of my rather embarrassing intro. Anywho, here goes. So one of the things is probably to be shown how to use this light. I'll say I'm a bit dumb, so someone will have to teach me how to use this. So number one, I hope to start off as many of my projects or ideas, put into practice my project ideas or ventures, or whatever you want to call them, to actually start them off, like social enterprise and a publishing idea that I have, and so many different things. I hope to start them off finally. Number two, I hope to think about all the things I've learned and how to put them into practice, as I say, and how to learn and to do more and things like that. Excuse me, it always feels like my nose is running. Number three, I hope to promote libertarianism, as I often do, put my political goals and ideas and ideals and things like that. I hope to promote those as much as possible, as ever. Number four, including peace and love and things that I stand for politically and just generally, and that sort of thing. Number five, I hope to work towards my goals, and I have a lot of regrets about, I probably should have left that for point number 21, but I have a lot of regrets about things I didn't manage to work on or do in August, as it's my birth month. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to do them, but I'll have to move on. I suppose it is September now, but I hope to do as many things as possible with my writing and things like that, especially maybe having a place like a hotel where I can stay by myself will help me to focus. As I say, I'll probably choose somewhere without a pool, just because I can focus on my ideas, especially if I'm only going to stay there for like a few days. Like possibly, my sister said maybe you could stay there for like a weekend or something like that. So if I was only going to stay there for a few days, I suppose I probably wouldn't have time to do any swimming or anything else, because I'd be too busy like using that free space, if you like, to write without distractions and things like that, write my ideas, and hopefully avoid writer's block as much as possible. But yeah, probably just go for a walk and think about my ideas, and then just write as much as I can. Like have my own desk where I can just write in peace and quiet and things like that. Number 6, as ever, I'd love to come up with ideas and hopefully find a way to put them into practice again for Italian football. I'd love to encourage people to invest in Serie A or Italian football generally, especially like top teams, but even the lower leagues and things like grassroots football. I'd love to promote my ideas, and as I do regret like not promoting those ideas on my birthday and encouraging investment into Italian football, as well as, which brings me on to number 7, Celtic as well. I hope on Saturday when Celtic play our biggest game of the year so far against our arch rivals Rangers, I hope to talk about who I would love to co-own a Celtic a video. I hope to make like Celtic to be shared and that sort of thing. So I hope you'll look out for that, especially Celtic fans. As ever, I welcome, all possible support from my channel. Number 8, on that note, again, I hope to encourage disadvantaged communities like people of colour, disabled people, and other often disadvantaged or marginalised, or whatever term you want to use, communities, not necessarily to play the victim, but to become empowered, in fact, by supporting each other's YouTube channels and supporting each other on social media. Like I was saying, apparently, I googled this, around the world, there's apparently 1 billion people who are classified as disabled in some way. That number is possibly disputable, and it might be a rough estimate. But if you could get approximately, I can't imagine that many people all like subscribing to or supporting each other's channels. Obviously, some of them wouldn't financially be able to. Some of them might not physically be able to make their own YouTube channels, or know how to. But if they get mentoring and teachings, being taught basically to make their own YouTube channels, as many disabled people as possible, I think it would help disabled people to be financially independent and better off. And I think I'm probably going to blow my own trumpet here, so to speak. Again, I was going to say in the intro, another thing I was going to say is I hope this video is not too narcissistic, talking about my own plans and things like that. Like some of my sisters say, the topics you cover, I do wonder, like, or worry even, whether the topics I cover are interesting enough, that sort of thing. My sister said having better lighting would be able to help. So again, I hope someone will be able to teach me how to use a tripod to get better, like to use my ring light better, and things like that. But yeah, again, I welcome your feedback and suggestions, constructive criticism, as well as positive comments and things like that, to help me to improve my channel as much as I can. But yeah, I think, say here in the UK, as I've often mentioned, they're like cutting back on state benefits and things like that. And dare I say, I think that it's a genius idea, even if I do so myself, to encourage disabled people, not just in this country but around the world, especially in developing countries, to make their own YouTube channels and subscribe to each other's YouTube channels. Even if we got that amount, like if there's 1 billion people who subscribe to each other's channels, I think that'd be pretty amazing. But even if we just got 10% of that, like 100 million people, that would still be pretty awesome. To have that many subscribers would be pretty amazing, and it's a way we can support each other without forcing people to give us jobs, or forcing people to pay more taxes, or forcing the state to help us, or whatever. It'd be where we could even rely on each other and allies. The main thing is that we choose to help each other, and people who choose to help us, so no one will be forced to help us. We'll be able to help each other. So I can't really think of many cons of disabled people making their own YouTube channels, except for maybe like if it doesn't work out, we don't make the money that we want to or we need to, rather, to become financially independent, then I suppose governments could cut back on state aid, and it would be disadvantageous in that way. But if we all subscribe to each other's channels, seek each other out, support each other, and watch each other as much as possible, I think physically, mentally, and learn disabled people, I think it would be pretty awesome. And again, it would be a free choice way, a libertarian way of supporting each other, rather than forcing higher tax or forcing the state to help us or things like that. So again, I'd love to hear what you think about that. Number 9, I'd love to work on my idea, what I call 1, 2, or 4, 1, and share stroke or share for share, where I say like any organization, whether that be religious, spiritual, or NGO, or again charity, or even government or business, or any other such organization or association or whatever, if they support my writings and my works and my plans, I will try and do, like say, share for share. In other words, return the favor. Um, see, I'm so dumb. I don't even know how to open those probably. But yeah, but I'll say I think the idea of I think so a lot of these ideas, if I blow my own trumpet, like the one about the disabled people supporting each other on social media, especially YouTube, because I only really use Facebook and YouTube, and you can only really monetize out of those two. You can only really monetize YouTube. I think those are, dare I say, genius ideas, but I can be think it's too short planks as well. So it shows perhaps that intelligence is not linear. Perhaps anyway. Sorry. But yeah, so share for share. I hope that churches, like mosque churches, gurdwaras, mandirs, synagogues, or whatever, perhaps even libraries, councils, or whatever, buildings which are empty or derelict would, and that sort of thing, organizations basically would give me places to write and to be creative and to perhaps network and make YouTube videos and things like that. And again, I hope to find ways to return the favor, like share for share, as I say. Number 10, I hope to support young people and disadvantaged people around the world as much as I possibly can. So again, I hope this video wasn't too cringeworthy, and as ever, I welcome your comments, and peace and love. I'm out.